Good morning, friends. Today, I want to talk about a topic that can change the course of your life, focusing on improving yourself. You see, God didn't put you on this earth to remain stagnant. He gave you gifts, talents, and a unique purpose. And it's our job to nurture those gifts, to grow and become the best version of ourselves. First, recognize your potential. You are not average and you are not ordinary. You have seeds of greatness inside you, but here's the thing, that greatness doesn't just bloom on its own. It needs effort, nurturing, and patience. If you want to soar like an eagle, you can't stay comfortable in the nest. Step out, push yourself to grow. Second, don't compare yourself to others. Oh, how easy it is to look at someone else's success and feel like you're falling behind. But God didn't create you to run someone else's race. When you compare, you lose focus on your unique path. Your journey is yours alone. Stay in your lane, keep your eyes on your goals, and trust that your season of harvest will come. Third, embrace a growth mindset. Life will bring challenges, and you might feel like you're not enough, but let me remind you, every setback is a setup for a comeback. The struggles you face are not meant to break you, but to build you. See every obstacle as an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Fourth, surround yourself with positivity. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Are the people in your life lifting you higher, or are they pulling you down? Make the conscious choice to surround yourself with encouragers, people who see the best in you and push you to reach your potential. Fifth, commit to daily growth. Self-improvement isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong journey. Just as a tree grows a little every day, so must you. Read a book, learn a new skill, or spend time in reflection. Even 1% growth each day compounds into remarkable change over time. And lastly, celebrate progress, not perfection. Sometimes we focus so much on how far we still have to go that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. Be kind to yourself. Every small step forward is a victory. Remember, God isn't asking for perfection, He's asking for progress. Friends, when you focus on improving yourself, you honor the gifts God has given you. You become a light in this world, inspiring others to do the same. Don't settle for less than the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep becoming the person you were created to be. Stay faithful, stay positive, and watch how your life transforms. God bless you. What do you think of this? Would you like to add or refine anything? You are not average, and you are not ordinary. Every person is born with unique gifts, talents, and abilities that make them special. Inside of you lies incredible potential waiting to be unlocked, but it's up to you to recognize and nurture it. Too often people go through life unaware of the greatness within them. They settle for less, assuming they are limited by their current circumstances, their past mistakes, or what others have told them about who they are. But let me remind you today, you are filled with possibility, and there is no limit to what you can achieve when you believe in yourself and take steps to grow. Sometimes life has a way of making us feel small. The challenges we face, the criticisms we hear, and the failures we encounter can make us doubt our abilities. But those moments are not meant to define you. They are opportunities for growth, lessons to help you develop resilience, and moments that shape you into the person you were created to be. The key is to shift your mindset and stop focusing on the limitations. Instead, focus on the possibilities. Stop saying, I can't, and start asking, how can I? Recognizing your potential requires faith, not only in yourself, but also in the process of growth. Growth isn't always instant or obvious. Just like a seed planted in the ground doesn't sprout overnight, your potential may take time to emerge. But if you keep watering it with effort, patience, and belief, it will begin to grow and bear fruit. Start seeing yourself not as you are today, but as the person you can become. Visualize the life you want, the goals you want to achieve, and the impact you want to make, and remind yourself daily that those things are within your reach. One of the most important steps to recognizing your potential is to silence the negative voices, both external and internal. Some people may try to tell you that you're not capable, that your dreams are too big, or that your past disqualifies you from future success. But remember, their words don't define your worth. Only you have the power to decide what you believe about yourself. And don't forget about your inner critic, that little voice in your head that says you're not good enough. Challenge that voice. Replace those thoughts with affirmations of your potential. I am capable. I am talented. I am enough. It's also important to step out of your comfort zone. Growth happens when you're willing to stretch beyond what feels safe and familiar. You can't discover your full potential by staying where it's comfortable. Take on challenges, try new things, and don't be afraid to fail. Every step outside your comfort zone is a step toward unlocking more of your abilities and discovering strengths you didn't know you had. The truth is, you were created for greatness. You were designed to make a difference in the world, to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. Recognize your potential and take the first step toward becoming all that you were meant to be. It's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Everywhere you look, it seems like someone else is doing better, achieving more, or living a life you think you should have. Social media, conversations, and even casual observations of others' lives can make you question your own progress. But comparison is one of the quickest ways to rob yourself of joy, confidence, and peace. It shifts your focus from what you have to what you lack, and instead of feeling inspired, you often end up feeling inadequate. You see, every person is on a unique journey. No two lives are the same, and no two paths will look identical. When you compare your life to someone else's, you're not seeing the full picture. You're only seeing the highlights of their success, not the struggles, sacrifices, or challenges they've faced. They may look like they have it all together, but you have no idea what battles they've had to fight behind the scenes. Focusing on someone else's success distracts you from your own potential and causes you to lose sight of your personal growth. Instead of comparing, focus on staying in your lane. Imagine running a race. If you keep looking to the left or the right to see how others are doing, you lose momentum, stumble, or even veer off course. The same is true in life. Your journey is not about how fast others are running or how far ahead they seem. It's about running your own race and staying committed to your goals. There's enough success in the world for everyone. Someone else's achievements don't diminish your potential. They are simply proof of what's possible. It's also important to recognize that you have your own timeline. Just because someone else achieves something at a certain age or stage of life doesn't mean you're behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, and your progress is right on time. Life isn't a race to a finish line. It's a process of growth and discovery. The lessons you're learning now are preparing you for what's next. Trust the process and trust that your moment of breakthrough will come. Shifting your focus away from comparison allows you to celebrate your own progress. Look back at how far you've come, the challenges you've overcome, and the things you've accomplished. Even small victories deserve recognition because they are proof that you're moving forward. Celebrate the unique gifts and talents you bring to the table, and remember that your contributions are valuable in their own way. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, becoming the best version of yourself. Your journey is yours to create, and no one else can walk it for you. Stay in your lane, trust your timeline, and remind yourself daily that you are enough just as you are. When you focus on your own growth, the success of others becomes a source of inspiration, not competition. Life is full of challenges, and no matter how carefully you plan, there will always be obstacles, setbacks, and moments when things don't go as expected. It's easy to feel discouraged in those moments and to believe that difficulties are a sign that you're not capable or that you're on the wrong path. But the truth is, challenges are not there to stop you. They are there to shape you. They are opportunities for growth, and how you respond to them determines whether you stagnate or move forward. This is where a growth mindset comes in. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, skills, and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. It's the understanding that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. When you embrace a growth mindset, you stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start viewing them as opportunities to improve. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you begin to say, I can't do this yet, but I'm willing to learn. One of the most powerful aspects of a growth mindset is that it allows you to see setbacks differently. Everyone faces failure at some point, but the difference between those who grow and those who don't lies in their perspective. People with a growth mindset don't see failure as a reflection of their worth or potential. Instead, they see it as feedback, a chance to understand what didn't work and how to do better next time. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this experience? And use that knowledge to move forward stronger and wiser. Another important part of a growth mindset is embracing effort. Sometimes people shy away from hard work because they think talent or natural ability should carry them through. But the reality is, effort is what turns potential into progress. Whether you're learning a new skill, tackling a difficult project, or striving to achieve a big goal, the key is to stay consistent, and even when it feels hard or progress seems slow, remind yourself that every step forward is part of the process. Growth isn't always visible right away, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. A growth mindset also requires you to let go of perfectionism. Many people avoid trying new things or taking risks because they're afraid of making mistakes. But perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Mistakes are a natural part of learning, and every time you make one, you're getting closer to mastery. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned, and remember that growth often happens in the messy, imperfect moments. Finally, surround yourself with people and resources that support your growth. Seek out mentors, books, podcasts, or courses that challenge your thinking and encourage you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. Growth is a lifelong journey, and every new lesson builds on the one before it. When you adopt a growth mindset, you'll find that even the toughest challenges become opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Good morning, friends. Today I want to talk to you about a life-changing principle that has the power to take you from where you are to where you're meant to be. It's simple, but it's profound. Focus on improving yourself. You see, we live in a world where it's easy to look around and measure ourselves by someone else's success. But let me remind you, God didn't create you to be like anyone else. He created you as a masterpiece, unique and full of potential. The only person you're called to compete with is the person you were yesterday. First, it all starts with self-reflection. Take a moment each day to look inward. Ask yourself, what am I doing well? And where can I do better? Don't focus on the negatives. Look at the opportunities for growth. When you face yourself honestly, you lay the foundation for real, lasting change. Second, stop comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. Social media and society will have you believing that you're behind, but hear me out, you're not behind. You're on your own timeline. God has a specific path for you, and it's not meant to look like anyone else's. So instead of comparing, start celebrating. Improvement isn't about massive leaps overnight. It's about the small, steady steps you take every day. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes in the morning, learning a new skill, or even just choosing to speak kindly to yourself. These small actions, compounded over time, lead to transformation. Now let's talk about the power of your mindset. The Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Your thoughts are powerful. When you focus on what's possible instead of what's wrong, you'll begin to see doors open that you never thought possible. Don't let negativity take root in your mind. Choose to believe in yourself and your God-given potential. And when challenges come, and they will, don't see them as obstacles. See them as opportunities. Every difficulty you face is preparing you for something greater. Maybe you didn't get the promotion or a relationship didn't work out. But remember, a setback is just a setup for a comeback. God is always working behind the scenes, even when it doesn't feel like it. Finally, don't wait until you've arrived to celebrate. Celebrate every little victory along the way. Did you take a step out of your comfort zone? That's progress. Did you overcome a bad habit? That's growth. Life isn't about perfection, it's about progression. So friends, I encourage you, focus on improving yourself. You're not finished yet. God isn't done with you. Every day is another opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better than you were yesterday. And when you do this, you'll not only elevate your life, you'll inspire others to do the same. Let's commit to this journey of self-improvement. Together, let's become all that God created us to be. Amen? Thank you. Improvement begins with self-reflection, a powerful tool for personal growth. When you take the time to pause, step back, and truly examine yourself, you unlock the ability to understand who you are and where you're headed. Self-reflection isn't about being overly critical or focusing on your flaws. It's about looking at yourself with honesty and compassion. It's about recognizing the areas in your life that are thriving and identifying the areas where growth is possible. Think of it as standing in front of a mirror. The mirror doesn't lie. It shows you the truth of what's there. But here's the beauty. Once you see the truth, you have the power to change it. The same applies to your inner self. When you take an honest inventory of your habits, attitudes, and choices, you gain clarity about what's working and what's holding you back. This clarity is the foundation of self-improvement. The process of self-reflection requires intentionality. It's not something you can do on the go or while multitasking. It's a deliberate act of slowing down and asking yourself meaningful questions. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? Am I living in alignment with my values and goals? These questions help you to dig deeper and uncover the areas where growth is waiting to happen. Self-reflection also allows you to identify patterns in your life. Maybe you notice that certain situations consistently trigger stress or frustration. Perhaps you realize that some habits are no longer serving you. When you see these patterns, you can take intentional steps to break free from them and replace them with new, healthier habits. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Each small adjustment you make moves you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. Another key aspect of self-reflection is gratitude. While it's important to identify areas for growth, it's equally essential to celebrate what's already good in your life. When you reflect on your strengths, your successes, and the positive impact you've had on others, you build confidence and momentum. Gratitude keeps you balanced, reminding you that while there's always room for improvement, there's also so much to be thankful for. Sometimes self-reflection reveals uncomfortable truths. You might see areas where you've fallen short or made mistakes. But don't let this discourage you. These moments of discomfort are opportunities for growth. They're like the refining process of gold, removing impurities to reveal something valuable and beautiful underneath. Approach these moments with grace and self-compassion. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, but the willingness to learn from them is what sets you apart. Self-reflection isn't a one-time activity. It's a lifelong practice. As you grow and evolve, so will the questions you ask yourself and the insights you uncover. Make it a habit to carve out time regularly to sit quietly with your thoughts. Journal, meditate, or simply take a walk in nature. Whatever helps you connect with your inner self. When you commit to this practice, you'll find that self-reflection becomes a source of strength and guidance, helping you navigate life's challenges and continue growing into the best version of yourself. Comparison is one of the most subtle yet powerful thieves of joy. It's easy to look around and see what others have accomplished, whether it's on social media, in your workplace, or within your circle of friends. When you measure your worth by someone else's success, you set yourself up for feelings of inadequacy, frustration, and even envy. The truth is, you're not supposed to follow someone else's timeline or live someone else's journey. You are uniquely designed with a purpose and path that is entirely your own. When you compare yourself to others, you risk losing sight of the blessings in your own life. It's like standing in your own garden, full of budding flowers and ripe fruit, but constantly peeking over the fence at someone else's yard. You miss the beauty of what's growing right in front of you. Every one of us is in a different season of life. Someone else's harvest might look abundant now, but you don't know the struggles, sacrifices, or challenges they've faced to get there. Similarly, your own seeds might be sprouting beneath the surface, hidden from view, but they're growing nonetheless. Comparison often blinds us to our own progress. Instead of celebrating how far we've come, we focus on how far we still need to go. We forget that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. The key to breaking free from comparison is learning to focus on your own journey. Celebrate your own milestones, even if they seem small compared to someone else's. Remember, it's not about how fast you're moving, it's about staying on the path that's meant for you. Another thing to remember is that comparison is often based on incomplete information. What you see on the surface rarely tells the whole story. Social media, for instance, tends to showcase the highlights of people's lives, their best moments, biggest achievements, and happiest times. But behind those perfect photos and exciting updates, there are untold stories of struggles, failures, and hard work. Comparing yourself to someone's curated highlights is not only unfair to you, but also unrealistic. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on being inspired by them. If you see someone achieving something you aspire to, let it motivate you rather than discourage you. Ask yourself, what can I learn from their journey? Use their success as a reminder that good things are possible for you too. There's room for everyone to succeed. And someone else's achievements don't diminish your potential. Most importantly, trust the timing of your own life. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. What's meant for you will not pass you by. When you shift your focus from comparison to self-improvement, you'll find more joy, peace, and fulfillment. You'll be able to appreciate your own progress and stay grounded in the knowledge that your path is uniquely yours. By letting go of comparison, you create space to grow into the best version of yourself. Growth doesn't come from massive leaps that happen overnight. It comes from the small, consistent habits you cultivate every single day. These daily actions, though they might seem insignificant at first, have the power to transform your life in ways you can't even imagine. The key is to focus on steady, intentional progress rather than quick fixes or dramatic changes. This approach ensures that your growth is sustainable and deeply rooted. Often, people feel overwhelmed when they think about self-improvement because they believe they need to overhaul their entire lives at once. But the truth is, transformation begins with the smallest of steps. It might mean waking up 15 minutes earlier to meditate, choosing to read one chapter of a book instead of scrolling on your phone, or simply drinking more water throughout the day. These actions may seem minor, but when done consistently, they compound over time. Each small step builds upon the last, creating a ripple effect that leads to significant progress. The beauty of focusing on daily habits is that it removes the pressure of achieving perfection. Instead of aiming to be flawless, you simply aim to be consistent. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. You don't expect it to grow into a tall tree overnight. You water it a little every day, give it sunlight, and trust the process. In the same way, your habits are like seeds. With patience and dedication, they'll grow into something extraordinary. One of the most powerful aspects of cultivating daily habits is how they shape your identity. When you commit to small, positive actions, you start to see yourself differently. For example, if you make it a habit to exercise regularly, even if it's just a short walk each day, you begin to see yourself as someone who values their health. This shift in identity reinforces your commitment to the habit, making it easier to stick with it over time. Another benefit of focusing on small, consistent habits is that it reduces the likelihood of burnout. When you try to take on too much at once, it's easy to become discouraged or exhausted. But when you break your goals down into manageable steps, you set yourself up for success. Each small win builds momentum, giving you the confidence and motivation to keep going. It's also important to recognize that progress isn't always linear. There will be days when it feels like you're not moving forward, but that's part of the process. Growth is often happening beneath the surface in ways you can't immediately see. Trust that your consistent efforts are making a difference, even if the results aren't visible yet. By focusing on daily habits, you shift your mindset from one of instant gratification to one of long-term fulfillment. You stop chasing quick results and start building a foundation for lasting success. Remember, greatness isn't achieved in a single moment. It's built through the small, intentional choices you make every day. So, start today. Take one small step and then another. Over time, those steps will lead you to the life you've always envisioned.